Utopia Project.
Hello and welcome to the Utopia Project, a little show where we like to build a lovely little world out of everything that is good. I'm Chucky T and I'm joined each and every week by Jack Magic.
I even waited a minute then because I was unsure which one you was going to go to first.
Yeah, well, we're not going to Sharpie because he's dead. He's dead as fuck.
He died.
Dead as fuck. Yeah, he's a poorly boy. Poorly boy, so he's having a week off.
Yeah.
Which is good. If you watched last week's episode, you'll know that he wasn't very well.
No.
Yeah, both mentally and physically, wasn't very well. And then
by that night, we weren't very well.
No.
But we'll go into that later.
Yeah. And also working behind the scenes, in now to be seen, it's producer Vorney.
Oh, hello.
Hello, mate. You're right.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm seen by everybody. Hello, everybody. How are you? Good.
You can see behind your little desk.
I can, yes. I'm all
now
good.
You've got to put clothes on.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I
you usually do it completely naked.
Absolutely.
Or he doesn't have to wear trousers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that.
Well, there is that.
Which I would appreciate if you put some trousers on, Bonnie, so I didn't have to look at the underside of your penis.
Okay, well, I can't promise anything,
Okay.
but you're just going to have to stare and wink at the eye.
Baby. You good though, mate?
Yes, very good. Thank you very much. I'm recovering. Everybody's ill. I don't know why. Is there another batch of COVID going around?
It's
I don't know.
a weird vid vibe, isn't it? Like, everyone's either, as stupid as it sounds, everyone's either ill or very much not ill.
Yeah.
There doesn't appear to be anyone in between. They're either dying or they're absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm worried. I don't know if it's just that I'm tired, but I said to you earlier, didn't I, that I think I feel like it's coming.
I'm gonna be brazen, you know. I've been working with a guy for like a week. He was ill as fuck, and I'm sweet.
Yeah.
So
you was ill recently, though.
That'll be me ill next week.
Was you not like feeling too great like about 3 or 4 weeks ago, if I remember correctly?
Not more than just being a bit tired, I don't think. I could be wrong though. I've had like a fucking sieve.
You've looked ill for a while.
Yeah. That's just because I'm morbidly obese though. So.
Yeah, there is that.
There is that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're all good. I want to go take it on a bit of a little mini serious route.
Ooh,
serious.
He's already pre-warned me.
Yeah.
He said we're going to get serious. Don't get worried. We're just talking serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But
okay.
Have we watched Adolescence?
Oh yeah, man.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No, but I've heard amazing things.
My fucking god! It broke me.
Yeah.
To the point I was on my bed crying like a child.
See, it didn't break me, but I ain't got kids.
I think that's a thing.
I was still at the very end. I was just like, well, fuck.
It's fucking heavy, mate. Like really.
Yeah.
I've heard so many good things about it. So many good things.
It is good.
One, it's a fucking masterpiece of like just the way it's been shot. Like, you know, it's all one shot.
Yeah.
So it's 4 episodes.
Stephen Graham.
Yeah, Stephen Graham.
I love Stephen Graham as well.
What's his name?
Ashley
Walters.
Yeah.
There's quite a few well-known
There's that
actors.
unknown kid as well, isn't there?
Yeah, so...
There's like they got him not even out of acting school.
Yeah.
They just grabbed him and he was just incredible.
He is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. He said apparently that, I'm not going into too much if you haven't seen it, but the 3rd episode, he said, I saw an interview with, I think it was either with him or with, I think it was with the lady who plays the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
There's an interview with her the other day, and she said like it would that day was real fucking hard for him because he is the nicest boy, and he was like he found it real difficult to be a prick.
But because I've done the usual, I watched the first 3 episodes on Sunday. And then me and the missus watched the 4th episode together.
We watched all 4 of them Sunday.
Yeah, so I watched them all Sunday.
Is there only 4?
Yeah.
Mate, you don't need, like, it's heavy. It's amazing.
I think
it's fucking incredible.
I think it's more heavy because it's all one shot. Because you never leave that thing.
So there's bits where...
you don't feel like there's any break. There's no flitting between characters. No. There's just, you are with this person for an hour.
But it's not just one person. It's really well done. Like, I've done the usual because I've gone like, this is fucking incredible. It's blown my mind, like emotionally and sort of just firing off. How the fuck did they make this?
Yeah.
But like the fact that it's you like when he gets people all over by the police.
Seamless, isn't it?
Yeah, completely seamless. But you just get this snapshot of this story, and the story's heavy, man.
Yeah.
And it's not like weirdly, it's written by a man called Jack Thorne.
Yeah, we've watched loads of stuff recently, and we was watching Jonathan Wass, and they had Ashley Walters and the woman out of Toxic Town on there, and that's also written by Jack Thorne. And she said, "Oh yeah, it's a really good show written by Jack Thorne," and I was like, wait a minute, here we go.
He did the Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
I mean, rewind it. It's me.
Yeah, but like what's powerful is the fact that it kind of, when he gets picked up by the police, there's like bits where like every car journey, you're in the car for the journey.
Yeah.
It's where it would get cut on usual things. Yeah. So you sit in all that awkwardness.
But it's weird because I forgot it was one shot.
Yeah.
And in the first episode, you've probably seen the clip, but in the opening scene is just him getting arrested. So they burst into his house, arrest him, fill out the paperwork, take him off to the police station. Your dad can follow you. You get in the car, and then you're just in the car with him on the way to the cop shop until he gets to the cop shop.
Distraught as fuck.
The only thing I've seen about it is on TikTok.
Yeah. Honestly, mate.
People just saying this is unbelievable. You need to watch it.
But it was at that point you're anticipating a next one. You're anticipating a cut next scene.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't come, and then you're like, oh shit, we're still going.
It's literally a bit like when they're in the police station, it'll like follow one person walking to the police station, they'll have a conversation and a bit of an interaction, and someone will walk by and it'll just follow off with them.
I bet it's like reading a book where you get a lot more information and nuance.
The thing is with the story, well, I mean, like, as I was going to say a minute ago, like Jack Thorne, who wrote it, he said it's not a who done it, it's a why done it.
Yeah.
So that's the serious bit I'll get onto in a minute. But anybody who hasn't watched it, go and fucking watch it, because it's just fucking sick.
I think the best thing, don't treat it as a TV show.
No.
Kind of treat it as a documentary.
Yes.
Like a mockumentary, but a more serious.
Yeah, kind of.
The performances. So, like,
because you don't, like you say, you don't need to know if he's done it, when he's done it, all that sort of shit.
Well, the thing is, the answers are there, but because it's such different storytelling, and it's dipping in and out, and so like what I wanted to talk about was like obviously the message of it is a lot to do with sort of the manosphere kind of shit, and the sort of like the way that young lads are being affected, and young people in general, and there's a lot of men struggling to be men, and like, I mean,
toxic masculinity and shit like that.
But like obviously people hear that and they go, oh, I don't want to talk about that, but like
it's fucking real,
but like that's
the thing.
I mean, it
happens.
Hit home for me because obviously it's a story about a family of 4 with an older daughter, a younger son, and I was just like, shit, like that could be me, as the dad, could be me in like 5, 6.
I suppose,
I've got to deal with that sort of shit coming up, and like, it got me thinking. Like a friend of ours is a teacher, and she was saying that they tried to celebrate International Men's Day, and for International Women's Day, what they did was put up posters of inspirational, positive role models that are women, whether celebrities or whatever. They tried to do it for International Men's Day and couldn't find anyone.
Wow.
Because there's just dickheads. It was like, oh yeah, they're sick, but actually there's this big fuck off court case where they've been like
accused of this,
abusing the fuck out of their power, or like, oh yeah, that's sick. Oh, but there's that big thing there that's not really being a positive role model. But like, I kind of wanted to put it out and be like, I kind of want to be that, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. We ain't got a massive audience, but I was like, our audience on the stats is all 20 to 35-year-old men, generally. And I'm just like, fucking talk about this shit. I don't really know what I've got to say. I ain't got like a big fucking rant about it. But it's like,
the big thing for me, I thought it kind of, I fully agree with what you're saying, and I think on a kind of personal level, I think we all kind of try and we be good people ultimately. I don't think that's necessarily being I don't think anybody should try and be a role model, but I think ultimately you should just try and be a good person. Like, I think the biggest thing that comes with that is just accepting your mistakes. Like, ultimately no one's perfect. Everyone's like everyone, like I've fucked up plenty in my time. I've said something stupid, done something stupid. I think the difference is when you go, yeah, that was a stupid thing to say or do.
Yeah.
But equally, like, we've probably said and done a lot of stupid shit on this show.
Yeah.
You haven't done anything evil, though. That's the thing. Like, we've done... I don't think I've ever done anything, like, genuinely, really evil. I might have said something.
So we was talking about this, right? At we was at our mate's birthday party, and they was on a big conversation of what's the most horrible thing you've done. And me and Amy both was like, as in everything that isn't like the obvious, for like cheating and shit like that.
Yeah.
And me and Amy was both like, they all reeled off these stories of when there was horrible to people as a kid, and I was like, genuinely, I know this sounds real like cliche, but I can't think of anything.
As your brother, I know that's true. To be fair, like you've always been pretty fucking pure and all that. That's why Mum loves you the most, I guess. But
like, because I'm nice. But I'm a nice boy. But like, I could think of one thing that I did to a bloke, and it wasn't evil or nasty. It was just a bit fucking dicky, really.
Yeah.
That was about it, really. Other than that, I couldn't think of anything that was like that I regret being like. As an adult now, I'm like, that was horrible. You shouldn't have done that.
As a kid, I've got a few things for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. When your moral compass is skewed, I think I did a little bit of bullying for sure. Back in Giles' days, what would be considered, but then it's not excusing it. But you do kind of go along with the crowd, don't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get swept away, and it's to
be fair, that might be my only downfall. But I couldn't think of something that I've actively done.
But as I'm older, like no, not when my moral compass has been aligned. I've been like,
don't do that.
Don't do that. When you actually learn right from wrong, and not you're just a silly kid. Apart from that, when I was a kid, when I was 13, 16, 17, I think from 18 onwards, the only thing I can think of is maybe like say at school, I've maybe, for lack of a better word, because ultimately it's the truth, probably got involved in bullying behavior. People for my own betterment. It kind of in my defense, but you're always going to be biased to yourself, but it kind of in my defense, looking back on it, it was only because I had equally a shitty time. So whenever everyone else was like, hey, let's not laugh at you, let's laugh at this other person. I'm just like,
this feels good actually.
I did not laugh at me for a bit.
That feels good actually, to take it out on somebody else.
Mine was to fit in. For sure. Just like, I didn't want to be the one that, if I don't join in, then I'm going to get that. I recognise that now, but looking back when you're a kid, you don't. I seem to think, I can only talk for myself. You don't really have those. You're not really that introspective as a child. No, you're just going.
Whereas looking back on them things that I've maybe said or done now, like I still can't think of anything specific that I would have gone, that's hurt someone's feelings. But look, I have probably actively done something to ruin someone's day because I think, well, it ain't ruining mine. But then looking back on it, I've gone, you shouldn't have done that because you know how that felt.
I guess what I mean with the whole thing of like being a bit of a role model, like with what adolescence kind of drags up, and again, what's good about it is the fact that it doesn't point a finger. It doesn't go, right, well, these group of people or that person or this person is responsible. This whole thing is a wide issue.
It's a bad situation.
It's generally about men not knowing, especially in the world we live in, not knowing how to be men. And not in a sense of like they need to be hunter-gatherers or anything like that, but like with, I guess, the rise of other groups wanting equality and all that, men have kind of had to go, okay, yeah, cool, well, it's it's either women or this, that and the other. Kind of had to take a step back, and I think it kind of it's become blurred, and men have had to not been in the spotlight, which is fair enough. But the lines of what a man is and needs to be has become very askewed and blurred. All over the place. And I mean, I've struggled as a fucking 35-year-old man. Of like how to be a dad, there's no straight lines of like you need to do this. And I suppose it's a learning curve for everyone, really. But I suppose that's the difficulty of it, is there isn't any, like back in the day it was very much like, say, like you're a bloke
like say hunter-gatherer, you do this and you do that.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's very much, well, we're a lot more open to this now.
Yeah.
But you don't do too much of that, but don't do too much of this.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be that way, but you do want to be a bit, but you don't do loads of that. Don't be all that. That's too much.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So there's no definitive, this is how to be a person.
No.
I don't think that's the thing, is that there's no definitive
because
way.
everyone's learning, so it's like...
I know in my heart of hearts, and I think everybody knows deep down, and this might be a bit woo-woo, what is evil and what is good. Like, genuine evil.
Yeah.
Like, we can all reel off what's evil. You know? I don't have to say that. We can reel off what's good. Yeah. I think we all feel that, and it's whether you lean towards that or not.
Like farting in a lift.
I just pulled up a quote, because I always think about this. It's from Edmund Burke. I didn't know this. But the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. And I often think about that because I'm a guy that just goes.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly that. Yeah. Because if we're going to change, good men. As a man, I'm like sat there going, well, I'm just not going to. I don't want to rock the boat or anything, so I'm just going to stand on the sidelines. In some ways, that's actually negative. Yeah. And it's actually hard to actually stand up and go, yo, that's fucking wrong. Yeah. And you need to, when we pull out genuine evil.
Equally, I think there's an element of, so I was talking about this with some of our friends the other day, and I think there's an element, for me personally, there's an element of like, kind of, I think we said about it before as well, just look after your own backyard. Like, yes, you've got it's good to have an opinion and help out where you can, but I think if you're too busy fighting everybody else's fight, you've equally got to some extent, similarly to like you were saying, trying to find a balance of being businessman, and you've got to have a bit of self-preservation, like self-time. I'm not saying let's take to fucking, protesting at Westminster and looking at every post online and this, that and the other, but I think the way I do it is like, any clients that come to me or any interactions that I have of just not necessarily calling out bullshit, but kind of just challenging people a little bit. And going, right, well, do you think if you looked at it like this, this, that, and the other? But I do think the world, it sounds almost anti sort of feminist, and obviously I'm not undoing what's been done previously by sort of feminist movement, LGBT, BLM, all that sort of stuff. But it is quite difficult, I think, now to be a man. And know where you sit in the pecking order or the fucking...
I think that's part of the reason of the rise of Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate is the perfect... I'm not... let me finish, by the way, before people pop off. He's like... He's the perfect person for what children think a man is.
Adolescence deals with that as well. That's one of the main things it deals with. So Andrew, it mentioned
that's
Andrew
the rise
Tate.
of Andrew Tate. Then I feel as if that's what the product of men not being heard.
And one of the big things that got me was I see something where someone said, at no point throughout that thing does that kid say, I didn't do it. All he says is, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes.
And it's the fact that he's not admitted to a crime, he's admitted that he thinks whatever it basically says he undoubtedly has done it. Yeah. There doesn't need to be you did it.
I want to watch this.
It is really good, mate. Yeah. Even on a fucking filmmaking sort of, the nerdy tech side of it, there was 2 cameramen, 1 camera, a crew of people. It's live
I'm
play.
all about stuff like that changing. Art imitates life sometimes.
One part of it goes on a fucking drone. It goes from a school and it goes all the way across town and into a car park, and it's all running live. It's fucking madness, mate. Honestly,
I saw a clip of one. So they come out of the house and they're like, right, we're going to B&Q or whatever, and they come out of they're filming him in the house, and they're like in the house, out the house, in the house, in the house, out the house, and all that sort of shit. And then he's like, right, get your coat on, we're off the shop. And then they all get in the van, and the camera comes round to the bonnet, and then they drive off, and he's driving off down the road, and then there's a full thing of them going to the shop, they do bits of the shop, they come back. That whole point, at no point is he driving.
No.
Because there's a guy on the roof in a cage driving. And literally he's sat on the roof, they put the camera on the bonnet, and then he drives off. And he's just like, driving down the road.
The thing is, I've also seen a little behind the scenes of that, is it's 2 vans. So while he goes in the house, because he comes out to do it and the van's there and you can see there's nothing, no cameras, no rigs or anything, he goes into the house, comes back out again, and while they're in the house, there's a crew of people that have fucked one van off and brought the other one in with all the rigs
van
on.
in without the cage on.
It's like when people change sets, isn't it? Like mid, where the camera pans around and the whole set changes in the background, it pans back and it's a whole different room. Yeah,
it's literally
theatre, is what they've recorded.
I would like that job, Jack.
Someone's actually basically
to
do that and go and work out at what point you see like the roof of the van, the front of the van.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's got to have just the van in it. Sometimes it's got to be able to be driven. Yeah. And like it's fucking.
I love that.
The logistics is mental.
What I see as well, again, being that full nerd thing, but a lot of the crew had to also be extras, so that they were, when they were in the shot. Like say they were going to come in and be a sound guy, but there was no way they could get out of the camera. They had to basically hide their gear and then just be a bystander. Then go back, pick their shit up, and then
that's amazing.
And in episode 3, so they're in a school and there's a fire alarm, and that's done. And I see a thing on there. There's something like that was done by like 200 extras.
Yeah,
and it was like fucking, I don't know, 150 kids and 50 adults, and it was all, the whole thing was choreographed. It was a full running school.
Every single person has a route to take. And
don't you just love it when something comes out and just slaps you?
Yeah. Honestly, mate,
you're like, where did this come from?
It is going to win so many fucking awards.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean,
if it doesn't, it's a fucking travesty.
The little lad that so episode 3, he's with his therapist.
Yeah.
It's mainly that.
I might be episode 2 then that I was thinking of.
Yeah. But he's that was his first ever day on set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard this.
And you're just like, you fucking what? And like, there's like a bit in it he yawns, and he didn't yawn. He wasn't scripted for him to yawn, and they just rolled with it.
To be fair,
goes, am I boring you? And he's like, no.
Well, he said,
but he accidentally yawned because he was like at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, that's another thing that I thought. So they did that. The whole show was filmed in 5 days, and they did. So but they weren't necessarily doing it in order, and they was basically doing, or they would do. I know, so they would do the whole thing.
Just to cut you off, that's an editor's dream.
Yeah.
It's like, one shot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's more of a camera work thing.
Yeah.
That's more on the camera guys there and the choreography and the setting up, and then editing. It's just like, fair play, there's probably a lot of edit involved still, but you just colour grade whatever. But like, I'll be sat as a video editor myself. I'll be like, sick. Most of the work has been pretty much. But I would love to have been on that set to see all that mechanics happen. And
but they did that. They were saying they did the whole thing like twice a day, and it was apparently they did once in the morning, once in the afternoon. And there's like some takes they just had to scrap it and fuck it off. Other takes, they said basically you have to allow for mistakes, but it's how much of a mistake you make that you can just roll with it.
Yeah.
It's almost like theatre, man.
Yeah, that's literally like,
was it scripts, do you know? Or?
Yeah, it was scripted, choreographed, but then also there was room for a little bit of like improv. But like, I mean, the awards it's going to get from like I said, like Stephen Graham's performance is fucking incredible.
He's insane, man. Again, he didn't really go to acting school. His background is just some geezer who just got. I think it was Lockstock was one of his first.
Yeah.
Quote me if I'm wrong.
On Off Menu, he's on there, which is a fucking fantastic episode to listen to because he has like a row with James Acaster,
right?
Because James Acaster like calls him out.
Right.
But anyway, it's all like comedy, but it's great. Go check it out. But he said on there that basically the reason he got into acting was because he was working class as fuck, lived on a council, well, not a council estate, but like a low-level estate, and there was an actor who lived across the road from him, like a well-known actor, and he went into school and went, I want to be an actor, and they were like, you can't be an actor, you like be fucking real. And he's like, well, John across the road, he is, so I can.
That's the thing.
And he said that inspired him because he was like, I knew someone who actually had done it and lived on my estate. And so why can't I?
That's the thing. That's the thing, especially in English culture. American, they're a lot more help out each other, blah blah blah. But the English culture very much like, what are you gonna do that for, mate? Fucking idiot. And then you get put down. I had that all my life. Oh, you want to do what? You as a creative guy, it's the same, right? You want to be in a band, you dickhead.
Get a real job.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, I've seen how real jobs go for normal people. God bless if you do a real job. I don't. But
it's all
for
real,
creative,
isn't it? Like,
it's all real. Yeah.
I know what you're saying though. Like, I mean, I got pushed, not pushed down that route, but encouraged down the route. But again, I've had this conversation even with my mum, where like she was like, I wanted to work in a hospital. I wanted to be, a doctor or a nurse, but I didn't really have the skills to be that. But she never knew that there was other jobs in a hospital that you can do and be part of.
Yeah,
that's not sold to you. It's like, you won't be a fucking doctor. Fuck off. It's like, well, and like for me, I wanted to get into music. I was just
that translates into so many different other things.
I was just told,
like a podcast.
I was told, well, you'll never be a rock star, so you need to get a realistic job. I was never told you could be a lighting guy. You could be a sound guy. You could be a roadie. You could be a session musician. There's so many other things, but we didn't know that.
No.
That's just not what you learn.
No, and you could do that and then work. Everyone appreciates that in a normal job. And they go, oh, well, you could start working the checkouts at Tesco's and then you could be a branch manager.
Yeah.
Like, they don't go, oh, you could be a roadie, and then next thing you know, you could meet all the right people and be in your own band and be successful.
Yeah, which a lot of people have done.
Yeah, there's a working up aspect to every job.
Yeah.
Like...
But yeah,
we could do this podcast and then end up, being good at it.
Yeah, eventually. Give it another 10
One
years.
day.
But yeah, it was one of those, it fucking sat with me, that show.
Yeah.
Really did.
We're going to finish, Severance, because it's last episode Friday, and then me and Leanne said we're going to start watching.
You won't be able to not do it.
Prepare, set aside 4 hours and just watch it in a wanna. It is. You won't want to turn it off.
You won't be able to go, right, we'll watch another one tomorrow. You just can't. You're either staying up ridiculously late or that's it.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm leaving this podcast right now. It off.
It is. I'd be intrigued to do like either Discord callers or whatever, because I'd be intrigued to hear your thoughts on it. Because it is deep, man.
Yeah.
I'm quite empathetic as well. Yeah. With things like that, I'll cry my eyes out.
Look, to the point, I mean, like I said, like, I'm a crier anyway.
Yeah. I'm a crier. Yeah. I cry.
This, mate, I think, again, probably resonated that I'm in one of that upper bracket of people who get a bit emotional about it.
Yeah.
Because it really resonated with me anyway. But I could see myself in so many different characters. Anyway, so there's like the first episode, I had to take a break.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
sick.
Fucking hell. Granted, which we'll get onto, I was hungover to fuck, so I was fragile anyway.
Yeah.
Bad mistake for me.
Yeah.
And then the last episode, literally, I was laid like head at the end of the bed. So the telly's here. I'm laid that way. Mrs. is laid that way. And the last sort of 15 minutes of it, I was like... And like, I wasn't trying to hold back. I'm not bothered about that. But like, it just got to the point. It was here.
Yeah.
You know, when it's just like, even if I wanted to, I can't stop this. And I literally, that last scene, I fucking sobbed my fucking eyes out to the point where I grabbed my head like that and was like that. I had to have like 5 minutes afterwards. And the Mrs. was crying. She was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, I'm fine, but fuck. I'd looked up and I literally just went, "You bastard." I was like, that's just hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. Man. But I just, I'll talk to people about your fucking like manly shit. Do you know what I mean?
I think we're turning the corner with that,
man. Yeah.
So my dad's generation was very much like that. Like, pull your bootstraps up, don't talk about it, head forward, just crack on. But I feel like I've always been that way. I've always been a guy who just talks annoyingly so.
Yeah. I feel like we've always pushed that with people who've worked on the show, people who've been on the show, like all of us, and said like, look, if you're not feeling it, like, fucking just say, like, I'm not gonna bring any good energy to this show. So just, like,
I think I could do a whole fucking thing about it. I might do a bit of a thing on our TikTok or something. I don't know. But
if you're inspired to do something, you should jump on it.
Yeah. I don't know what that is yet. That's the problem. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
But like, I think there's a lot of stuff that women can do to help men.
Yeah.
And you know, it's an open conversation, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Have we got a sponsor? I tell you what, because we're running quite heavy.
Yeah.
Do you want to skip the sponsor and we'll have a chat about Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday. Yeah.
Because that's a bit fun.
Yeah.
We went.
I'll tell you where we went. Off the fucking rails.
Yeah, we did.
I checked the group messages and I did see some hangover chat and I was like, I wonder what they're talking about.
So we got put on the guest list for Chris Boyle's 90s hangover at the Engine Shed.
I got asked to DJ this.
Did you?
Oh, really?
But where was I Saturday?
You was at
Limp Bizkit.
We mentioned that on the show last.
I got asked to DJ this because my mate is a DJ. Said, "Oh, you're in Lincoln, ain't you?" I was like, "Yeah," because I can't make it. Can you support Chris Moyles? Oh, shit.
No, you should have done it, man.
No, I was at Limp Bizkit. I'm like, I can't, lad. I'd rather go see the Child of Man.
Breaking stuff.
But anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
Breaking stuff.
So we went, there's a gent who put us on the guest list who's should be coming on the show in a couple of weeks anyway.
Yeah.
Friend of Jimmy's.
Yeah.
So it was like, fuck it, like a bit of networking, not too fussed about the actual sort of like
show.
We're not bothered about a night out, but we'll go out, we'll go check it out. I like a bit of live music.
You say friend of Jimmy's, probably same person who asked me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
So we'll see a bit of Chris Moyles, then old matey come down and had a chat with us, and we were just chilling out and that.
Yeah.
But the beers,
that's the thing. We didn't because we didn't know what level it was going to be. If it was just a turn up and have a chat with him and see us there, or like you went to the Shaggy thing, didn't you? It was like, oh, we'll come backstage and shit. It was like, it could be anything from come backstage to I won't see you at all to I'll say hello. Like we're just kind of winging it, see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then chatted him. Like beers got flown. So we'll meet at Stack at 6. So we had 2 rum and cokes in there
before we went.
Yeah. And then that kind of warmed us up a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then we got there. I was like, what are you having? He was like, Thatcher's. I was like, all right, I'll have a rum and coke. Sharpie had a sparkling water.
Because he's looking after himself. Rock and roll.
Fair play. I don't know how the fuck that boy does it.
I don't know how he had that willpower, because I gave in straight away.
Yeah. And then we had about 9 more rum and cokes, didn't we?
Next thing we know. So, I mean, there was a lot went on, really. In the smoking area, a woman came over and she went, I love the Chris Moyles.
It saved my life.
It saved my life.
Wait, what?
And I was like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, obviously she got an Eastern European accent. So I thought, my question was like, where in Europe are you from, sort of thing. And she was like, I'm from London. And I was like, not really, but okay, I get what you're saying. You live in London. And then we went, wait a minute, you've come all the way to Lincoln from London
for this?
For Christmas.
And she went, I just bought a one-way ticket and I'll figure it out.
On a Saturday night. And we said to her, how are you
planning on getting home? She went, I'll just get a train. Not today, you won't.
Not till Monday, you ain't.
Oh my God. So she's just like, went for it.
She was like, well, I got here.
She'll probably get a hotel, right?
No. She went, because we said, why don't you get a hotel and go back Monday? She went, it costs money. I ain't got no money. Right, okay. She literally just booked a one-way ticket. That was as far as it got.
Because I just shouted at her. I was like, I said, enough of that.
Oh, you made her followers.
I said, enough of that. Have you got a YouTube account?
Yeah.
And she went, yeah. I went, give me your phone then. This is our podcast. See you later.
Yeah. So if you're watching, hope you got home safe.
Yeah. Wait,
that's the end of that?
Well, she got a bit mad at me because she went off. This was like just before Chris Moyles came on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we was like, yeah, enjoy your night. Well,
have a good one.
I hope you get home safe and whatnot. And then after the show, she come out and she was like, oh, you two, show me like what the best way to get home. And Jack was there, serious as fuck. I need to say like, serious as fuck. I couldn't contain myself because I was like, I'll help you, but we need to be realistic about what we can do here. And Jack's there he says, give me your phone, I'll have a look on maps. And he just, I think, you can't get back to London now. And he was deadpan as fuck, like genuinely trying to help. And then I was just like, and he went, according to Matt, if you leave now, you'll get back to London on Wednesday. And then he goes,
if you walk.
He goes, on the plus side, if you steal a bike, you can get there by Tuesday.
If you steal a bike, you'll be there in 16 hours.
Did it drill into her that she wasn't getting home? Or?
No, she was just like, no, I'm going for it. I was like, fair play to you.
She left Engine Shed with... There was 2 options
I said to her, I said, I never thought I'd say this in all honesty, but I think at the minute your best option is to walk to Newark.
Wow, how long would that have taken?
That must be a 5-hour walk or so.
Ain't no trains till morning. You got all the time in the world, my friend.
Yeah. He went,
So what happened with her then? We don't know.
We did say that if you're needing to wait till trains or whatever or buses tomorrow morning.
Chun came up with a great idea.
I was like, get yourself to Cubes. That's open till 3. It's $5 to get in. It's warm.
Same idea Chunk has every time he needs somewhere to go.
When in doubt,
Cubes.
When in doubt, Cubes it out.
Okay. I hope she's all right.
Well, I assume so.
Let us know if you are watching.
Yeah.
Because she did say she'd check it out.
Yeah, if you do watch it and you are watching this, just comment below and say you're all right.
Yeah. So that was one thing. That was before we'd even left Engine Shed. And then we left Engine Shed. Your friend from work was there. I was incredibly aggressive and sexual with him. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I just kept saying, look, I went, Aaron, look, mate, I'm going to fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's because he's a blokey bloke.
He's a real
and
blokey
I'm like,
bloke, yeah.
this will kind of like challenge the status quo.
He's very
I'm going to be like, I think I said to him at one point, I went, look, listen here, Aaron, any old fucking little pussyhole can shag a woman. It takes a real man to fuck a bloke.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
To be fair, Aaron's the sort of bloke, he's got a workshop in his back garden, and I went round to fix our mate's car at his because he said, yeah, you can come round and fix it at mine. And he just had 4 dead ducks hung off the door. And I was like, what the fuck is this? He was like, what do you mean, what's that?
It's me
I was like, what the fuck's that? And he went,
he probably could have eaten
dinner.
It, right? Yeah.
I was like, and he was dead confused. I was like, you just got 4 full ducks just strung up on your garage door. The fuck is going on? He's like, well, a mate shot them and he brought them round, so I'll pluck them and gut them and that's dinner. I was like, all right, okay.
I guess so.
And he just thought nothing of it.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
That's when the bomb goes off. That's the person
That's the
you
sort
to
of
go
people
to.
we need.
They're going to live. They're the guys that are going to live.
Aaron's that much of a blokey bloke. If you go round his house, do you know what his fence is, the fence which divides his garage from his driveway? You know what that is? What would you think that would be made out of?
Wood.
Yeah. Technically, you'd be correct.
Sheet metal or something.
A boat.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because
I need this visual, like a boat. Okay.
he had nowhere to store his boat, so he put his boat on his drive in between his garage and his drive, and then he just built it into the fence. He thought, I need a fence there, and I can't use the boat no more because it's got holes in it and past repair, so I'll just turn it into the fence. So he's got a boat and he's just built a fence out the front.
You
of
were
it.
surprised when he turned up. You said to me, didn't you, before? He's like, you see, I'm interested in what Aaron's going to wear when he comes to this, because he'll either be wearing his gilet like normal, or
he could be wearing his fancy shirt.
Yeah, his one fancy shirt.
I knew a guy who had going out Astros.
Wow.
Yeah, AstroTurf trainers.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
He called them. They go.
Forgot them.
Yeah, he said them are going out Astros. Those. I went fucking hell.
Just in case you need to volley anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Never know. Never know
when someone's going to put their jumper down for goalposts.
Yeah. And say, let's fucking go.
Bit of street FIFA. But yeah,
it all went a bit fucking wild.
Then we went to fucking Walkabout, which I've never usually been allowed in.
No.
And oh my God, it's a fucking shithole. It's fucking aggressive. It's sticky. And I had a lovely time.
Legit. Genuine. I thought Cubes was bad. I nearly lost a shoe in Walkabout.
Yeah.
Because I went to step and I thought, my shoe is not coming with me. The only thing
Did you get any backstage action of?
No.
We just kind of said hello.
I think when we realised, okay, we're not got to be sensible and meet people or anything.
Yeah,
let's just fucking get hammered. Sharpie had gone home because he weren't very well and still isn't. But so we went to Walkabout.
Yeah.
And
you say we went to
fucking
Walkabout.
shot girls there. I couldn't stop myself, man. They're just like, do you want one? I'm like, yes. And they come up and they went, do you want another one? I went, yes. And they went, do you want another one? I said, yes. And then they said, do you want another one? I said, no, but give me it anyway.
Do you have to pay each time?
Yeah, they have card readers. And I'm like, it's just coming to me at this point.
Yeah.
We left there. Aaron and Co left.
Yeah.
And
you say we all went to Walkabout, right? So we left Engine Shed and we was all going home, as everybody says. And then we said to Aaron, what are you doing? And he said, well, I think we're off to Walkabout. And we said, all right, sound. Let's go Walkabout then. And he was like,
let's go.
All right then. You're coming, I suppose. We just went with him.
I'm not sure that we were.
And then everyone was like, "What are you doing?" It was like, "Oh, we're off Walkabout."
We're coming in.
Yeah.
We was them dickheads, and I don't care. I don't care that I was.
What's that old 90s club?
Pop World.
Pop World. Yeah, I went in there about 7 months ago. Never again.
No.
Well, after Walkabout, we went to Cubes, didn't we?
Yeah.
You went in. I blagged my way in. I just had to wait. Can I use the toilet? And they was like, yeah. So I just went in. He followed me in. We went to the bar. We ordered a Jaeger bomb and rum and coke. I was sick on the floor, and then we left.
Yeah. Also,
but I was dead casual though. Like it wasn't a proper. It was 1/4 portion of sick.
I'm sorry.
I like coughed up, and when it gets in you, and I was just like, something needs to move here. So I did it into my hand and went to disguise it.
Slurped
it up.
I can't even have 2 pints now without gipping.
How I didn't die, or we didn't die, I don't know. Have you got the full list?
Yes, but also I just it's just tweaked in my head that you messaged me while you was in Cubes and said come in, and I've just realised out of context this is bad.
What?
So you went in, so we left there, we walked past, I was like, should we go home because I'm fucked? And you went, well, I need a piss, so let's nip to Cubes, I'll go for a piss and we'll go home. I was all right, cool. I said I'll wait outside. You went in, I was waiting outside, and I got a message which says, bear in mind this is 1 o'clock in the morning, in 3 separate messages, come in, I flexed the big P in for free.
Fantastic.
Obviously, if you don't know what P is, or big P,
so that's
that would suggest that you've just walked in, flopped your massive schlong on the counter and gone, let us in, mate, and he's gone, be all right, stamp.
That's what happened. That's what I'm claiming. I went,
there you go, friend.
Look at that bastard.
What actually happens there is our mate Big Pickles works there because he's 6'8" and he works at, and he's called Pickles. And so you said,
I just mentioned him.
You said,
come on,
Pickles works here, let us in. And he was like, yeah, all right. Obviously, they're in for free, but and then next message, me to you, I'm at the bar.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to try it with the missus and we're next in the bedroom. I'm like, do you want to see me flex the big P again?
Yeah.
Get your knickers off.
So the list, so bearing in mind, and then the next message, Monday at 9 o'clock at night, not in the morning. I've been running the maths on Saturday and I'm not sure how I'm still alive. Or could even speak or function.
I got home, all right, I had a pizza, everything.
You always manage to when you're absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
You never know how. You never know how
we've always been proof in the pudding of, we've always been like, where there's a will, there is a way.
Yeah.
And we made it a way, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, bearing in mind, we got on a good rhythm, didn't we, of like, you buy one, I buy one, you buy one, I buy one sort of thing. So it was more or less drink for drink.
I think there's more than this list. This is just
that's
what
all I can remember. I have no idea, so I don't know. The only difference is when Chunk had Thatcher's, I was having double rum and coke.
Yeah.
So went to Stack and had 2 double rum and cokes. This is obviously each. Then went to Engine Shed and had 4 pints of Thatcher's, 4 double rum and cokes, 3 Jaeger bombs each, 2 double rum and cokes each. Went to Walkabout and I had 4 Jaeger bombs each and 2 rum and cokes each. And then went to Cubes and we had a Jaeger bomb each and you had a rum and coke. I swerved that one.
Yeah, then I spoke up
because that's the point where I went, I'm fucked. I cannot have any more.
Yeah. Well, I really
quick maths is about, honestly, I just tried to write down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, nearly 25, 30 drinks.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it's the Jaeger bombs that fuck me.
That's actually quite wild. I haven't done that since I was probably 20s.
I would have carried on.
I could have kept going, but I couldn't see.
The Jaeger bombs have fucked me, which I realised on Sunday because I had a fucking stinking hangover.
Ooh, I wonder why.
I'm not sure.
But I kept getting up and going for a fag, and it was like there was electric running through me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't concentrate.
Yeah.
I don't know how you have a cig like the next day. If I'm like really ill or hungover, I don't want a cig. I'm just like,
I don't know. I just kind of just ball up and.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was our Saturday night. And
then I got a kebab wrap and walked home.
Yeah. You walked home from town.
40 minutes to mine.
Eating a kebab wrap.
Yeah.
That'll keep you feel glad.
Yeah. Then 9 Jaeger bombs will help you do that.
I don't know how we survived. I walked home. I said, I'll be honest, mate, I think they powered me up.
Yeah, it would be.
I think that's what got me home.
Well, I was so tired on Sunday that I needed to sleep. So the kids and the missus had gone out for the day, and I was like, sound, I got all day, I could just sleep. I was just laid in bed like that. Nothing. My body was going, mate, let us sleep. And my head was going, not today.
No.
When you're hungover, there's something to do with drink keeping you up. You just can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wake up really early when I'm hungover and then I just can't get back to sleep.
Yeah. My problem was I could not consume enough water that day.
That's good.
I couldn't get it in quick enough. Anyway, should we get guest on?
Yeah. We hadn't done any of the usual stuff.
No.
But that's cool. Yeah. it is what it is. Yeah.
All the notes are wrote down.
We're back in a moment with our guest, Lovey Bay.
Shorty.
Utopia Project.
Now then, everybody, I hope you're enjoying this belter of an episode. Sorry to stop you in your tracks, but we are trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube, and it'd be really, really good if you could be one of those people that presses that subscribe button. Other ways to support us: like the video, comment down below, call us horrible people, call us lovely gentlemen, call us whatever you fucking want. Also, if you're listening on Spotify, then hit the follow button, because that does extra things as well. I don't know what it does, but it looks good on our little graphs and stuff when we log into our little thing. But yeah, any support is always grateful. We're always grateful for any support. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the episode. Welcome back. Are you alright, Jack?
not bad at junk.
Seamless link.
Yeah.
Seamless link.
So you'd never guess it. It's like it's like adolescence or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But one shot, one take. You never see the change.
No, that's it.
No.
If you've been enjoying the show, don't forget to check out our Patreon. Jack, they can sign up at Patreon, can't they?
They can sign up at Patreon.
What can they get on Patreon? Can you remember?
They can get up to at least 50 bonus episodes, 48-hour early access.
Yeah.
And there's £1, £3.
No, they don't get £1.
No.
They don't get £1.
That level of subscription.
Yeah.
There is some money, some more money, a bit more money, and a lot of money subscription.
And then, 24-hour early access.
Yeah.
48-hour, something like that. You get a load of free extra bits, basically.
Yeah, discounted merch and shit.
Yeah, as you can see, with the quality of my presentation.
Yeah.
It's really good.
You know that thing we said we got to work on?
Yeah.
Still got to do that.
Yeah. Anyway, Hayden's here.
Hi.
Hello, mate.
Sorry, I was supposed to.
Sharpie's not here.
I've ruined it. It's all gone wrong. There we go.
Yeah, all that for a cheer. You're good, mate.
Yeah, apart from the obvious thing on my arm, but all great.
What's happened?
I have a silly job that's prone towards getting hurt, and obviously I've gone and done a poorly on myself.
Oh no!
That's silly, Billy.
How'd it happen?
Well,
wanking.
I'm right-handed, so this is the one tickling the arse.
No more pokey bum wanks for you, mate.
Yeah. No, it was wear and tear through wrestling, but actually just rolling over in bed, I felt a bit of pain, and then reaching for a coffee, I felt a rip. So not as exciting as I'd like to tell everybody.
Sod's law, innit? Like years of wrestling, doing stupid shit, nothing happened. You reach for a coffee, your body's like, fuck you, mate.
That's
too old for that, mate.
Yeah, can't be reaching for that. No, break his arm.
Mr. Potato Head just like all good with the wrestling otherwise though?
Yeah, I mean I've had to cancel a bit of work, obviously, but come
on, mate, you can do a bit.
Yeah, I say so. The specialist says no, and then the wife says no, and then I'm in real trouble. So, but the shows we're just starting back in Gainsborough the week after next, and then we've got 150th show in Lincoln April 5th.
He knows his dates. If nothing else, he knows his dates.
So that's a pretty big deal for us, considering people when we started said we'd not last for 2 shows.
Yeah.
So
how long have you been running now then? How many years?
We took over in 2013. So
wow,
fucking hell.
Yeah, the company's been going a fair while.
And you say that one coming up, that's your 150th show, is it?
Yeah, so we do a mixture of main shows and like holiday park shows, camp shows. So the camp shows, we've done hundreds of them. Mm-hmm. But the main shows, it's normally 1 a month, 2 a month around Lincolnshire. So yeah, 150.
I assumed it was 150th show, not you've been doing it for 150 years.
No.
You're
looking well.
Yeah, in which case I understand the injury.
I think the grey's come through slightly more since last time. So.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Yeah, you got a documentary coming out?
There is, yeah. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've seen little clips, and the original thing Martin approached me with was, my kids laugh about this one all the time. I've been saying for about 5 years since COVID that I'd retire, and it's never happened. So he started filming, and the idea was to capture the last match.
Right.
But I could have had that without him capturing it now. So
not by choice then.
But the problem is when you do it and you get that buzz from the audience, there's no drug like it, so stopping's really difficult. And then you have a run on these holiday parks and it's so much fun. You're traveling with mates, you're having a laugh. So I kept putting it off, and he said he had enough footage to make a pretty good documentary about what we do in the community and like the stuff we do with body slams to cancer and so on. So it's going to be exciting to see it for the first time.
Released this year then?
Yes, I've got no release date, but
we were hoping for an exclusive, weren't we?
I mean, I'll let you guys have the exclusive when I've got it, but I can
say any day now. Just commit to it now.
4 weeks today.
4 weeks today.
Yeah. No stress, Martin.
Well, we was talking about before the pod. You and your partner, producer Vorney, went on first date.
Went on first date. Your one of your training sessions, I believe. I don't know. This is going back 10 years ago. And that's one of our first dates.
Which unit were we in? Do you remember?
Unit? I can't tell you, mate, to be honest. I could just tell you what the room looked like. I couldn't remember where. My memory's terrible, so. But it was great. It was great. And like I said to you earlier, slamming on the mat is no joke.
No.
It actually hurts. I thought it'd be spongy and like a crash mat. It wasn't. It's hard, and it actually has a little bit of give, but it's like, I don't know. What's the mechanics behind one of those? Is it like is it wood, and then it's got like...
No,
I don't know.
Do you know? I can let you behind the curtain on this without him saying it, because we did exactly the same thing. That is just wood and about this much foam.
If you're lucky, that
and then steel.
And then just metal.
So it's 16-foot beams of steel. So when you land on it, there's obviously the natural flex of the steel. Then you've got 18 mil... boards, and if I've got that wrong, my wife's going to kill me. So we have the 18 mil boards, and then the foam, and then the canvas. So my wife's dad was a doctor, and he did a study on pro wrestling, obviously while he was alive, and he said that the impact we take when we land is the equivalent of being hit from a car at 15 to 20 miles an hour. So
fun.
It
easy.
It catches up with you.
David in an helmet.
It's fucking mental, isn't it? Like he was kind enough to invite us to. I think that was last year's Body Slam Cancer, wasn't it?
We mentioned on the show as well. We was trying to put together a wrestling special. But time, money, and crew got basically get in the way of that. So hopefully, when we've got more patrons and all that sort of shit, we can actually
we start doing that
take
more.
some time off work and go and do some fancy specials.
The offer's always there. Anyway.
Thank you.
I'll let you beat me up for a bit, mate. That's all I was signing up for. It was just like, do you want to come do this? You're gonna get the shit kicked out. Okay, mate. Anything for content.
So when Hayden was like, "What do you want to do?" Was basically we turn up, you take the piss out of us for an hour. I can do that. No problem. But we obviously, like I say, you kind of invited us to that. We went there and you got us in the ring, giving an awards thing out. And I like to say I can speak for us all when we was all, this is all a bit of fun. Look at them not flying about. And then the longer it went on, the longer we was like, oh shit, they're not messing. Like this is a real, like there's a guy like nearly went over the ropes and we was like, I think he went further than he anticipated there. And the next thing you know, all his back's red and his shoulders red, and I was like, that looked like it genuinely hurt. And we was like, these boys don't play.
Well, that one, you in your match was like out the ring, like chairs to the head, smashed against the wall and everything.
Standard.
And I was like, no, they're hurting my friend. Stop it. Stop. I know him. Stop it. Stop it, you nasty bastard. I was like, the best thing was it took Sharpie, I would say 95% of that show to realise that obviously there was an element of it not being real. Like,
Didn't you forget who the winner was supposed to be as well?
So obviously we was told about like the awards that we was giving out. It was like, right, this guy's going to be winning, and like this is what happened.
They walked us through everything. Literally, there's like, right, it's going to be a Royal Rumble. Everyone's going to be coming in and out. This guy's going to win. you'll come in, give him the award, he'll do this, he'll do this, he'll do this, then you guys can go. It's like, all right, cool. Halfway through the show, and Sharp is like, go on, yeah, oh no, get back in. It's like, oh, I wonder who's going to win it. And like me and Chunk was just like, Sharpie, you know who's going to win. We've met him.
We genuinely
we're the ones that have just been told we're giving him an award.
It's that guy. Oh, do you really think he'll win?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
That's great. You got swept away with it.
Yeah, it was.
Do you know what part I really like about wrestling? I love the promos. I would love to cut a promo. I think that's the most enjoyable part of it for me. And then the non-enjoyable part. Well, I used to love the high flyers back in the day. You're more of an English wrestling kind of guy rather than American, right? Am I correct in saying that?
To be honest, it's all become a hybrid of itself. So the British style. I know a lot of Americans come here to learn the British style.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm intrigued about. It's like British style versus American. Because I'm an American boy.
Yeah.
And I know if I'm talking to English wrestlers, there's a lot of British culture around wrestling, which I don't know. Yeah,
it's just more. The Americans were always more flamboyant. And the British were more about the sport of wrestling.
Interesting.
So I think, the majority of the coaches, I believe, over in America at NXT, at WWE, they've got a lot of British guys there. So a lot of the Americans come here to learn that style. They go on the holiday parks, and it's just a way of making their flamboyance match the art of wrestling, I guess. So I like to think that I keep a fairly British style or European style, but I also fall into that trap of I don't mind doing the weapons matches and the comedy matches. And
interesting. Yeah. What do you have any takes on like Logan Paul becoming a wrestler, or do you? I as a kid, I'd have to say, if I was a kid, I don't really like Logan Paul necessarily, but mate, he's a high flyer. I was a Jeff Hardy fan back in the day. Yeah. And he kind of reminds me of like a little bit of that, a hybrid, where he's a bit more muscular than that. Yeah. But seeing him do some of the stuff he does, I was like, okay, mate, like you're actually...
He's just a gifted athlete and entertainer, isn't he? He's... I think there's a few people in the industry who are probably a little bit pissy with him because he hasn't earned his stripes or paid his dues or however they want to word it.
He's just come into it and that's it.
But yeah, I mean, if you've got a talent like that, you use it, right? Like,
I suppose similarly to like with him doing his boxing stuff, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, he's fucking like he's just boxing has-beens and things like that."
I think he did at first.
No,
he
sorry,
did at first.
Jake Paul.
Jake is the boxer, isn't he?
People things like that and say, "Oh, he's fucking putting boxing to shame" and stuff like that. But like, and I'll be honest, every fight of his I watched, I was just hoping he would get beat up.
Yeah.
But
that's part of the pull.
It's the only reason I was watching it. But give him his due, he's a good boxer.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Like
his brother Jake's a lot.
But he's not bad though, is he? Really? Like,
hold on. Are you thinking about Logan Paul?
No, so you're thinking about that, but I'm saying like Jake Paul. With his, is it Joke? Yeah, he's
Joke Paul. Yeah.
Joke Paul.
Joke Paul.
He's
calling him out.
He's an annoyingly good boxer. He is decent at what he does. He's not the next fucking Mike Tyson, but you know what I mean. Like he's not bad.
Didn't he beat him?
That was a sad watch. That
yeah, he beat up a bench now. Well done, mate.
when you saw Tyson hobbling towards that ring, I was just like, this is
he's not all there, is he?
Yeah, I'm like, oh bless. Like, yeah, I wanted to believe in angels and I wanted to believe in magic that he could still do it, but old Father Time gets you.
Yeah, I think that was a bone of contention in our house, saying to my son, like, I'd love to see Tyson just one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, he never saw him in his prime, so...
No.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see him knocked out.
Yeah.
Father Time comes for us all.
Yeah, it does.
It's when you see, like, all Tyson's training videos, and he's like, looks like an absolute fucking animal. And then he came out, and he's basically wearing, like, a kid's bath towel, isn't he? With that hood thing. And I'm like...
little wrinkly arse on
yeah. And I was like... this ain't the same bloke in the videos. You've signed up with the wrong CV. Yeah, like, you know what I mean. Everyone judges up the CV a bit, don't they, when they're going for a job?
Just put it into AI. Speed this up, pal.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like he's done that, and he's gone like convinced these like I'm Mike Tyson, and AI's gone, yeah, sweet, we'll send him all these videos, no problem. And then when he's turned up, he's gone, we are not equipped for this. Like,
God bless him.
Yeah, but it's God loves a trier, doesn't he?
Jake was quite respectful. Like after the match, he kind of went, he didn't want to. pushed too much, which I did like that, but it was a little bit of a sad watch.
It was respectful after what? Fucking 20 minutes of punching a pensioner in the face.
I don't know whether it could have gone a bit harder on him. I don't know.
Yeah, there's so much of it. Like, you read so much of, was it all staged? Was it wrestling?
Yeah.
And there's so many times where you look at the first round, maybe 2 rounds, Tyson could have finished it and he pulled the punch. And then later on, Paul could have.
Yeah.
And did he pull the punches? Was there a bit there that was maybe a cash grab?
I think there's an element of that with boxing anyway.
It's a lot of it's showmanship now, especially with that. It's not for a title for any reason other than an exhibition fight, is it? So I think it is. There is a lot of it. It's just a moneymaker.
I think with any fight sport, though, that wrestling started it with all the characters. I think all the other fight sports needed them characters because,
I suppose,
how entertaining is being punched in the face for 20 minutes. Like, you bring in a character and you set up some rivalries. And
McGregor's attitude brought MMA to the limelight, didn't he?
He took his walk to the octagon from Vince McMahon. The way he used to walk.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, realistically, who in this room give a fuck about MMA previous to like McGregor?
True.
Yeah.
Kind of true.
Who really did you watch? Did you guys even watch much?
Yeah, I used to watch it in its early days when
I could understand why you would be an actual avid. It's your kind of sport, though, isn't it? Like, it's similar to what you do.
Yeah,
so I could
in
understand.
Its early days, there was a lot of crossover as well. So you had the likes of Dan Severn and Ken Shamrock coming into the WWE, and it was still really, really underground then.
Yeah.
But I'm no expert on it. I just thought, oh, this is something new. Let's watch this.
Yeah.
And again, you I don't really watch it now, but you hear of all the characters at the minute. It's that Paddy the Baddie, right?
Yeah.
Really entertaining online. So, when you see that the social media present, you're more inclined to want to watch the fight. And I hear now they're possibly going with WWE because it's all owned by the same people.
I think they've already made that deal.
They're going to Netflix, right?
Oh, I didn't know.
No,
you meant a merger.
Yeah, that all happened. It's all owned by the same people.
Yeah.
But it's looking like they're going to go to Netflix as well, so it's going to make it more accessible.
I've been really excited about seeing wrestling on Netflix. Although it might be, I don't know the full politics of it, because I know some people have been like, don't sell your shit to, but like the fact that the whole back catalogue is on Netflix.
Yeah, so it's not the whole back catalogue.
Is it not?
But there's a lot there.
Yeah.
There is a lot of good stuff there.
As far as I can fucking remember, it's on there.
The stuff that isn't on there, I think they've put most of it onto YouTube as well.
Really?
So you can watch
from back in the day
most
stuff.
of it,
Yeah. I think the big thing from I think I might have said this before, but the big thing from our era is when Thingy got put through the cage, wasn't it?
The Attitude Era. That was the best era. The Attitude Era was
the biggest thing for me, which I'm going to...
Oh, no, did he choke slam him? No, he... was it...
Do you want me to tell you?
Sorry, go on. Stop. Calm down, Jack.
Jack's just like, wrestling! No, it was Shane McMahon diving off the Titantron onto Big Show.
That was the one.
Backlash, that was.
Yeah.
That was one that I got my
it was that good, I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, I got my neighbour to video record it. It was that long ago. It was still, you had to VHS record off the Skybox. But I want to go back and watch that, to be fair. Going back to what you're saying about like the characters and stuff, like with MMA, like the fact that people know who Dana White is as like the owner, that's something that's come across from wrestling. No one knows like the owner of FA, do they? Or the NBA or any other sport. You don't know like the owner of the corporations of that. Like, to bring that across, I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. You watched the Vince McMahon documentary?
Yeah.
Wild.
What's your thoughts on that?
Wild.
What's your thoughts?
So, wrestling world, cancel me now. A lot of people in wrestling are cunts anyway.
That's why he goes into it.
He says as he retires. You're all arsehole.
No, I think he did a lot of bad stuff. But my mind can't get round. So he was accused of rape and sex trafficking, right?
Yeah.
Which, if true, fucking execute him, right? But I can't understand for the life of me why someone would settle for a cash settlement if she's been raped, and then goes to TV about it. To me, you'd want to see him go to jail for the rest of his life. So to me, there's something it just doesn't sit right. I think he's done a lot of bad stuff, and it wouldn't surprise me if he had an affair and tried to buy a silence. But
Well, it's a fucking,
I haven't seen this. So
yeah, I don't know much about the actual case.
It's a wild.
Even like regardless of what whether you're interested in or was into it like back then or anything, it's just a cracking documentary.
All I know is that.
Yeah,
that's all I know. That meme.
But yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's so hard to know because if she's taken a load of money, is it because it's like, well, there's no way I'm gonna get a conviction? Because it's like, what is it? The stats on like people going to prison for rape are like actually being convicted are fucking so low. But then it's hard to know if you're even having that position. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
and I mean that's where you go, oh, hold on.
And I don't want to be the guy who's saying she's lying either. You know, like, just in my head, I couldn't.
If you're gaining fame and fortune from it, does that outweigh?
But it's the other side of the coin. Are you owning what's happened and taking it back in a way? I don't know. I don't know. But
I know.
I suppose it's difficult because,
if
there's
anyone in my family, I'd have killed the cunt. I'd have been Liam Neeson in it and smashing every cunt to bits.
You're like, I'm going to be a pro wrestler. I work for the WWE. Oh, I got close to him now. Oh, look, he's mysteriously died.
I started a 20-year campaign to right, I'm going to get into training. I'm going to get scouted by WWE. Work my way up, and then when he least expect it, I'm going to stab him.
Cut his fucking dick off.
One part of that documentary for me was the storyline that he nearly come up with. Like he got with his daughter,
his daughter.
And because they asked him, the interviewer was like, "What's one of the wildest, storylines that you was going to propose but never went through?" And it's like, "Oh, it's probably the one where I got Steph pregnant." And it's like. Your own daughter.
The best bit.
What? Your own kids.
I don't know whether it's clever editing or what, but on that where it asked Stephanie first, and she's like, I don't want to talk about it. It's best I don't bring it up. And he just cuts straight to him, and he's like, I got her fucking pregnant. That was the story there.
It never went through, and you're like, the whole documentary pretty much, you don't know where Vince McMahon, the character, starts and ends.
Yeah,
right.
Because it's just like this. Even when he's being interviewed, you can't. You're like, are you playing a bit now? Are you Vince? Are you not?
I don't think he really knows.
I don't think he even knows.
A lot of people who have done a lot of time in wrestling, and even some they get that straight away. They don't know where the actual person who before wrestling starts, and the character then takes over their life. Like
that's intriguing.
Hulk Hogan. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the court case with him, but there's lots of people saying he genuinely believes he's Hulk Hogan. He's no longer Terry Bollea, and that court case where he's saying, no, Hulk Hogan said he had a 12-inch penis, not Terry Bollea or something like that. Like, it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That's like, that transcends into, I guess, acting.
Yeah, it's like method acting.
Yeah, like method acting. You become the character.
Yeah, I couldn't, like we said before, with my character a bit like Biggleswade and stuff. Like,
you love your Biggleswade.
I love when Biggleswade quits,
before you get into it, for anybody at home, anybody that's the first time listener, go back. There's one, I think it's like When We Quit or something like that. Go back through our catalogue and find Arthur Biggleswade, which is Jack's alter ego there.
It's not Arthur, it's Alfred.
Alfred
Biggleswade's the third. His father and his father. Sorry, he gets.
There's going to be a documentary.
You know how he gets. You know how he gets.
Because you are, especially like this year, so you had a bit of a mental tweak. I feel that Alfred, if you take away the wig, he's actually, I think it's a bit of a me, myself, and Irene kind of situation going on.
No, this is recorded. So allegedly that is the case. From a legal standpoint, everything Alfred Biggleswade III, named after his father and his father before him, says is his opinion and his opinion only, and it is a complete work of fiction. Any resemblance to any characters here on out are not resemblant of anyone in my life.
I could see like a crossover here. Could you not see Arthur Biggleswade being a bit of a character?
Alfred!
coming out of you there.
I meant, I think he likes to be called Alfred.
I do apologise. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Next Paul Heyman, isn't it?
Yeah. But with regards to that, I see what you mean. Obviously, as much as that's hilarious. It's the same as like if you do an accent for too long.
Yeah.
You find it really hard to get out of that accent. Like, I'd wind Amy up with stupid accents, and then she's like, all right, stop now. And I'm like, I can't do that. This is me now.
Yeah, I need to go away for a while.
I'm now Irish forever. But, like, it's just weird shit, and it just, like, sticks with you, doesn't it? Like, I can understand why. And, like, as soon as the wig goes on and the glasses go on, like, I am Alfred.
Yeah.
I'm yet to see him.
It's weird.
We'll have to do, like,
well, you said it once, didn't you? When obviously when we first brought him out, there was me, Sharpie, and you, and obviously Alfred was ripping Sharpie, and Chunk was like watching it go off and being like, "Oh, this is hilarious." He's ripping Sharpie. Sharpie's panicking about it. We're all having good fun. And then that episode when Sharpie wasn't here and it was just you and Alfred, and he was just like, "It is my brother in a wig. It is my brother in a wig," and then. His head
You've got a look in your eyes.
I don't like this, man.
You've got a look in your eyes. The worst one was you did like Ivor or something, which was like a Russian guy.
Yeah.
And that was the scariest.
Ivor Slavich.
First time in my life, I felt intimidated by my little brother.
Yeah.
And he was
wasn't me.
Shut the fuck up. But he was looking at me, had a fucking divvy hat on, and I was like, he might actually hurt me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Definitely something in wrestling you could do.
Do you find yourself lost in the character?
No, because my character's quite, in some ways, a bit lazy. Because it's me when I was doing far too much Colombian marching powder.
Right.
So,
Okay, cool.
if I'm the good guy, then I just relate to working in a nightclub, maybe off my nut on something, and having fun with customers and the other guys who I was working with. And if I'm playing the villain, then that need to want to fight somebody is. Like what kind of comes out the character. So I can kind of just remember certain things that happened. And as I have a routine when I'm getting ready, the way my boots go on, my socks and knee pads and everything. I just kind of think about like, okay, what's the story for this match? Right. Think of something that I can get into there and bring out a memory to put me in the zone for that match. So, yeah.
Do you develop like backstory for that, even if it's just in your head then? Or do you, like say, do you get in your own personal experiences to kind of portray that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I go back and find a memory. So I know if I'm supposed to be having like a blood feud with somebody and I hate them, and they've done something like, there was recently a story where Yorkshire Tough, 3 tough lads from Yorkshire, obviously.
Yeah.
They
never guessed it.
They put their hands on my lad a couple of times.
Yeah.
And they hit him with a championship belt and they threw him down. And before going out there, it's like, right, okay, what's one thing that can piss me off? So working in a nightclub, this French guy spat at me while my mouth was open. It landed in my mouth, and it was the old Ritzy.
Sounds like a fucking good night.
Yeah.
I
French
didn't
guy
pay him, so I
spitting
didn't
on you.
like it.
Fucking come at me, guy.
So floored him, and I'm trying to bite his nose off, and in my head I'm like, right, bite this motherfucker's nose off. So when you're in the ring and you're looking across from him, it's like, you get fucking close or I'll bite your fucking nose off your face.
Yeah.
Then when they get close, you're like, don't do it. So like, there's a bit of schizophrenia going on or something, because you have to be in that frame of mind of you're going to hurt this person, but at the same time you kind of have that restraint that it's safe enough. So the punches might be a little heavier and than what you'd do with someone who you weren't having this feud with, but you get backstage, you apologize, is everything okay? Yeah, cool. So
never apologise. Fuck them guys.
Yeah. Just stick to it. Go. Become the lie.
So Utopia.
Yes.
So you've been on before.
Yep.
We did a bit of we used to do it as like a collective planet. Now it's all about your planet.
Okay.
So we'll start with some pet peeves and annoyances and what you want to kind of ban from your planet. Oh, he's got a list. I love a list. I love a good list.
It's while I'm driving, he goes, oh my God. So my son's just here. So he was like, I'm going to text you all of these so you can remember the things you hate.
Nice.
There's a picture of Mum. There's a picture of me.
Sometimes you need to remember the things that we hate.
So politics and politicians.
Yeah.
I would scrap them. That's probably been said before. I think I remember hearing someone say something like that.
This is all about your planet, though, mate.
Oh, okay,
That's
so
the thing.
mine,
even if we're quick fire, then that's cool.
Yeah.
If we need to discuss, we can discuss.
Get rid of them.
Yeah.
And the things it brings with them is Sandra. Right?
What?
So you got to hear me out on this one. I'm sat in the sauna and people are talking politics and how their politicians are ruining everything by putting money in their back pocket and doing this and doing that. And I totally agree. But Sandra, you live on benefits and you're not making ends meet at the end of the month. So you can't tell somebody how to manage a budget if you can't do it your fucking self.
Yeah.
Fair point. One suggestion I've come up with as a replacement for your utopia, and I would, to be fair, like to see it here, more, rather than having politicians, still have politicians, but rather than just being themselves, because ultimately they are a character of some knobhead, aren't they? Let's face it, at the minute. Oh, we're the tourist school and I'm here to protect all your money. No, you're not. Fuck off.
Right.
Whose soggy biscuit tastes best gets the best job.
Exactly. I think there should be an element of, like you said, like since Trump's been in power, it's America season 2, isn't it? Like the show. It should be, politics should be like wrestling. Everybody has a character. And that's the character you have to play. But everything's really flamboyant and exacerbated and everything else.
Wouldn't that make life so much better for every normal person?
That's what I mean. So
Because,
they're robbing you, but at least it's fun to watch.
Oh, no. I'm going darker
Yeah.
here. Like, we've got at the minute all this doom and gloom about potential World War III.
Yeah.
Right? So if you walk out in the street and punch someone in the face because they've done something actually really bad to you, you're still going to go to jail for punching them.
Yeah.
But these guys are going to get innocent people involved in a war that actually no one needs to be involved in.
Whereas if
Why
you
don't
saw
you stick them
Zelensky-
both in a ring, have a
Yeah.
fight? Right, Zelensky, if you lose 20% of your country. If you don't, you keep it.
I was
Maybe
thinking
you get
more.
20%
It's
of
all
Russia.
settled with wrestling.
Yeah.
I was thinking more, Zelensky, I'll see you this Saturday at Raw. You know what I mean? Zelensky and Putin, like, walkout music,
coming out and
the lot. Fucking, you know what I mean? Full like showmanship. Like nobody actually dies, but you know what I mean? But it's high stakes for them. You know what I mean?
The thing that annoys me about that is, well, they're not sending their kids to war.
No, of course they're
They're not going to do that.
No.
I'll be like, tell you what, you first, mate, then we'll follow.
But that's what it used to be, right? Leaders used to lead. They used to go to war. Now it's, no, we'll send all these scroats and we'll hide in a bunker.
Yeah.
Fuck them guys.
Yeah, get it on.
I wonder how many people would actually sign up. I often wonder this. How many people? I think it'd be still a good chunk, but I think
Apparently the intake for the army has been massive since all of this has started.
But there are. I think there's going to be people that's going to wanna. There are just people. I know a few that's like, I'm ready to go. They don't really need a reason. They're like, sod it. We'll just go. Oh, mate.
Just want to
you
go beat
first.
They pass a physical, maybe not a mental.
Just want to go beat up some foreigners is all they want to do.
Yeah.
You're just like flipping out. Do you know what?
Too many bloody Eastern Europeans and half bloody Premier in. Let's go. Get on, I'm going to fucking smash them up.
I think Arthur would be crying anyway once they get there. Like, I didn't realise this. I don't need to go across there to realise that's terrifying. I don't.
I'd be intrigued to see how many members of the EDL are actually prove their metal. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like throwing some bricks at fucking New Look, innit? Like, but fuck me. I had that with our stepdad because he was like, I can't remember what he was about, but as usual, he was like, I think we need to fucking line them up, fucking shoot the bastards. I was like, you couldn't do that. Oh, I fucking could. I was like, if you were given a gun and told to look somebody in the eye and because they've had too many benefits or their fucking skin's the wrong colour or whatever, look them in the eye and shoot them in the fucking head, you wouldn't have the fucking guts. You put down humane rat traps, mate.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, poor little rat.
He passed out blowing up a balloon.
Yeah, he did.
And he thinks he can shoot another man.
Another man.
Yeah. You think you can shoot next man? Can't even blow up a balloon, you dickhead. Shut up, blood. Jeez.
I think there's a stand-up bit in that. Yeah. blowing up a balloon, but you can't blow up a person.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyway, right, so getting rid of politicians.
They're gone.
Yeah. Next.
People who chew really loud and with their mouth open.
Oh, yes.
Cut and dry.
Here, ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Which is actually something I do when I'm playing a villain. I put the chewing gum in my mouth and I do it and I piss myself off. Like, I genuinely like, why the fuck are you doing this? I'm going to fucking punch you in the face. It's you. Why are you doing it? Like, honestly, there's something not quite right up here.
You don't say.
You think?
I think you need an examination.
I'm going through that at the minute with the doctor as well.
Good.
Tell me again about all the knocks of the head you've had.
That's completely unrelated.
We were gifted slightly off topic. We were gifted by yourself, which it hasn't been moved to the new studio.
I have got it. I picked that up the other day.
You might like this, producer Vorney. It's an actual chair that has been smashed on his head.
Oh wow! Yeah, cool.
Yeah. We need to get it mounted up.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I'll bring some hooks down.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, the chewing thing.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
you're not the first person to say that as well since I've been here. So
it seems a common theme, I think.
Yeah.
It's also when someone gets a fork and pulls it through their teeth and
See, this is difficult for me. Forks puts the willies up me. Not keen on it at all. Right? Spoon, I'll clack a spoon on my teeth, no problem.
Clack.
Yeah. If ever I'm eating like pasta or something with a spoon, scrape it from my teeth, not bothered. But I think it's the fact that my teeth could get stuck in the tines of a fork. I don't like it.
Oh, just the sound of it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Just not keen. Yeah. Anyway, agree. Go on.
Okay, so last time it was the A46, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
what other roads are you pissed off at?
It's still roads in general, but it's the 40 to 45 mile an hour driver. So in a 60 and 70, they'll do 40 to 45. Yeah. And in the 30, they'll carry on.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Yeah, that's their one speed.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's literally
It's nothing to do with safety. It's just that's how fast I go.
Yeah.
And that's that.
And I tell you who it is, it's always Sandra.
Yeah.
Every time.
On the way home from the fucking sauna.
Yeah, she can't go faster than 40 because otherwise she'd lose too much time to talk about politicians.
Yeah. How she'll fix the budget of her fuel economy.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Sandra.
It's either Sandra or me when I'm stone driving. I did that once and I was like, allegedly. And I just stuck at 30 because I'm like, am I going fast?
They'll never catch me.
Yeah. I don't know, just I'll stick at 30, I'm good.
Yeah, well, that's got to go.
Yeah.
The next one, I can't say exactly what my son's texted me because it's something that's very relevant within the company at the minute. So I'm going to change what it says. Self-entitled.
No, I want the gossip.
No.
Tell me the gossip.
Can we get that off pod?
Yes.
Yeah.
You answered that too quick.
Anybody from the gym, no, they're not hearing
we can
it.
record that. Sign to the Patreon and you'll find exactly the drama.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah.
But it's in general, it's in life in general, self-entitled little fuckwits.
Oh, they'll know who they are and all, won't they?
No, they don't. That's the problem.
Oh,
they don't know who they are. They think they're owed everything.
Right.
And yeah, it just makes me want to head
proper like little man syndrome.
Yeah, it's not even little man syndrome. It's just so many people. Whether it's society, we get everything next day with a click of a button, and now they think they're owed everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe some of them have just never been told no by their parents. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it like a bit of a victim complex, I guess? Of like a... Is it that sort of level? Or are you thinking...
There's that as well, yeah.
Yeah, the whole sort of like,
nothing's ever their fault.
I deserve this because it's not my fault and I need it. And
yeah. Everything's always everybody else's fault.
Yeah. You see it everywhere. It's in wrestling, it's in the gym. You see it in the gym all the time. And just people in general, there's so many people who think they're owed everything. And again, we spoke off camera about owning businesses, right? And they think they're entitled to something from you. And when you work your arse off and you still don't pay yourself, you know, like make sure that everyone else is looked after.
Yeah.
And that entitlement and that, oh, well, you're doing all right. No, because all my money's invested in making sure you lot have something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We've got a mate's rate, so can I have this? And I'll pay you a bit less for that because I know you.
I must admit, like, I mean, we spoke about it plenty of times before. We're like, I get it a lot, do the job I do, of the whole sort of, oh, well, I'm your mate. So I'm like, I'm conflicted because I'm like, you are my mate and I'll do anything to help you out. It's not too bad now, I've got an established business, but when you're kind of starting out doing stuff as well, and they're like, oh, you sort me out, I'll pay you either nothing or, and I'm like, you're my mate. You're the one who's supposed to be going, I'm paying full price, mate, because I believe in you and your ability. And it's such a weird way of it. Like, I think it kind of, does it come from like a working class thing, do you think? Is it that sort of mentality of like, no, we're all in the shit, you're trying to do a bit better, so...
Dish it out.
Like, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like,
give us a bit.
There's always that culture in Britain, I think. I'm
all for like businesses helping businesses. You know? Like if we can do trade for trade on things somehow, like I'm all for that. Yeah. If we can help by advertising people and stuff, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But like
tit for tat.
It's just that entitlement that some people have, and
when people
come
to expect it.
Yeah. So we do really own Body Slams to Cancer, and we scream and shout about it to raise as much as we can. And there is a bit of entitlement there from me, actually.
Right, so it's
I will go into restaurants and I'll go, why, as a manager, can you not give me a meal voucher for this cause?
Yeah.
You know, and but we don't scream and shout about a lot of the stuff we've done over the years where we know kids have been in bad situations, you know, whether they've got a relative dying, like a close relative, or they're sick, and we give them ringside tickets, or we bring them to the gym to train them so they're forgetting about what's going on at home or what's going, you know, on at school or whatever it is. There's so much we do, and then there's people who like, they think they deserve something. Well, no, like, you know, everything we do funds something and helps someone, and you know, so it really grinds my gears.
As a general rule,
life in general.
Yeah, I suppose anyone who thinks they deserve something probably doesn't deserve it.
No.
Like, same as like what Tom Stade said, didn't he? Like, weird people don't know they're weird.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You shouldn't need to be told.
Yeah, and if you go around, I'm just the weird guy.
Then
you're not.
Thankfully, you know what I mean? Like, if people go around going, oh, I deserve this and I need this and I should get that, like, you probably don't need that. Like, whereas, like, probably I bet most of the people you've kind of helped out throughout the years and, like say, giving them tickets or fundraised for them or whatever else, they're probably, like, they're not to expect that, and they're kind of a bit like, oh, well, like, cheers.
Yeah,
like, they're so thankful.
Yeah.
The ones who we've done things for, you, the best paycheck we've ever had is that thanks, you know, and you don't expect it either. But that's again, a lot of it we do because we give a shit. So you know, and
that's
when
good.
They know, you know, it's just that nice feeling of they understand.
Yeah. So that's what I think we've always made a point of, like, any kind of fundraising we've ever done in any aspect of our lives is always for something that we think is has either helped us previously, we've had an experience with,
a connection with,
or like say we think could do some good, as opposed to just being like, oh, like, I'll get these 10 grand.
Yeah.
Like, why did you give them it?
It's a fine line to walk, especially like, because obviously we do the club, don't we, and do a bit of charity work through that. Not so much these days, just because XYZ, but like with that, it's like we want to promote that we're doing some charity work, but also we don't want to promote that we're like, oh, look at us, you know, like when people feel themselves giving shit to a homeless person.
People,
it's like we don't want to do that, but we also need to raise the awareness that we're here to help with charities. So if people want to get in touch with us or we can help, then we can. But also, we don't really want to make a thing of it.
So that's like something like literally like that. When the kids were younger, we'd say to them, right, each of you is £5 off your Christmas budget, and we're going to go and buy hot drinks, snacks, and all the little bits, and we're going to walk around town and we're going to give the homeless people something to eat and something to drink on Christmas Eve. And it was literally
and they all said, fuck off now, what Christmas present?
Do you know what? They were all a bit like, at first, they were all a bit like, oh, but no, this is what we're going to do. And we've always done that anyway.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And then when we did it with the kids the first time, they were like, can we do that every year? We don't mind losing £10 this time. You know, and it wasn't, we were never going to publicise that we did it. And then something happened at school, which is my next one. Something happened at school where they'd said something about your kids don't know how to behave, or one of the kids don't know how to behave, whatever the situation was. And I was like, fuck you. I'm not going to take a video of them, you know, giving coffee to a homeless person. That's not fair. But I'm going to put it on social media that, you know, my kids chose to do this. They chose to sacrifice Christmas money to help people who are less fortunate. So bit of a tangent.
No, that's good.
Last little pet peeve.
The last one is,
sounds like it might be a big one.
School system.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's your school system looking like in Utopia? What's it geared towards?
I think life, rather than sit down, shut up and learn what we're going to teach you. Really, is there that many life skills being taught? In the cookery class, are they teaching them about nutrition, or are they going, here, we've made some dough for you, finish it off and make pasta or bake cookies? I think the school system is so Victorian, and we're seeing more and more kids struggling and suffering through being forced into situations that we probably don't have the attention span for at that age. And again, I know older people will say, well, we had to do it and it wasn't difficult for us, but it was. It just, we didn't know as much about it. And I think there's the problems we've had with the schools, and I can quite happily name them. They're not letting kids, they're in one hand saying, be an individual, and in the next hand, you've got the wrong colour hair bobble on, you're suspended. This is just craziness.
Wrong colour hair bubble, was that actual thing?
Wrong colour hair bubble. My daughter got into trouble for my youngest. Both of the boys are autistic, and they have the EHCP, all these things that the school has signed a contract to say they can provide this level of care, to the point where my youngest son went to school for his first day of year 10, and he was suspended within an hour and a half, and everything he was suspended for went against his educational plan.
Right.
So, we've been to war to the point now where we homeschool him. He learns about sports and nutrition by coming to work with me. He's learning to wrestle, and he's part-time in a...
Fuck English and maths, wrestling.
So teach you how to beat people up professionally.
Kids need to learn life skills.
But he also 2 days a week. 2 days a week, he volunteers in a nursery. And he chokes out to children. No, he doesn't choke out to children. But he volunteers.
You don't need none of this shit, kids. I'm going to teach you some real stuff.
He volunteers in a nursery, and he's getting his English and maths through that. And since taking him out of the school system, his mental health, his social skills, everything have become so much better. So, I'm not saying school is completely wrong. I think it's so...
He's remodelling, man. I'm with you. I'm passionate about that. Like, as a kid growing up, I never knew what the hell I wanted. I learned I might probably have ADHD at the age of bloody 30. I was like, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? And I never fit in anywhere. And the schools, my conspiracy theory is that I think schools are just there to get you ready to work for the Western civilization.
But that's what
get yourself up at 9 to 5. That's literally what it is.
That's what they originally were.
Don't teach you anything about a mortgage, what is like you said, life skills. So when you start saying, I'm sat here nodding, man. If I had kids, I tell you, I'd try to homeschool the best as I could. But I think that's not realistic because life. But I think. It needs reconfiguring.
The homeschool thing, you don't have to provide textbooks and this, that, and the other. It is literally teaching them how to fit in with society. Yes, you're going to need certain things to get certain jobs. But at the minute, I just think the system's so broken. They're more concerned about the colour of the socks and again, genuine things. I know one school, they stroke the back of a child's head. If we can't feel stubble, you're suspended. Like, why are you touching the children? Like, do you know what I mean?
It's all about conforming. Make sure you go to this time, you get your tie, you get the alarm goes off, the bells go, you go to class. It's all about conforming into a system. And then when you leave school, you conform to get a job because it pumped more money into the system because that's how the system works. And it's just all about conform. The
head teacher pulled us in. And I'm a bit thick. I don't try and hide this. Everyone knows it. But my wife's pretty intelligent. She's got 2 degrees, and she's a professional. So we're in the school meeting, and the head teacher comes out with, well, if you've got colourful hair and tattoos, you'll never get a professional job.
I don't.
Well, fuck you. My wife's got pink hair and purple hair, and she's had every colour hair under the sun. She's covered in tattoos, and she's a nurse, and, she's pretty damn good at her job. So...
I think I personally think with the education thing is and I said this, I'm with you with the sense that it doesn't necessarily teach how to live a life post school. However, a lot of the stuff you do get taught is applicable to life, but you don't get taught how to apply it.
Yes.
Which is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the amount of people that say to me about, I've never fucking used algebra. I'm like, well, have you like fucking bought a carpet for your house? Have you, like the algebra that you do is actually something that is applied. Like a bricklayer goes, oh, I need this amount of fucking bricks to do this fucking, and that's. But you don't get told that at school. You don't get told,
which is why
this is how you're going to apply this. You just get told, no, these letters are going to mean some shit, and you don't get told that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah,
it just needs a little bit of a rejigging.
Yeah, 100% needs a fucking reform, and it needs to be geared towards people and children that are doing more shit. Like, it needs funding is the big fucking thing.
Yeah.
And no, I mean, I know quite a few teachers, and they're good people who give a shit about
course,
kids.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
You can't have funding. That's got to go to Ukraine.
Yeah, but they're just like
boots on the ground.
They've all got to do like fucking 6 people's jobs. So I'm like, why are you getting paid like $3,000 extra to do that? That's a full-time job. And then and then you get frustrated parents. It's just a corporate bullshit fucking machine that stops giving a shit about the kids.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm with you on it.
Like,
I know a few teachers, and they care. Yeah, they care a lot about.
I think
what they're
genuine teachers do, don't they? But
they're so anchored down with what they're allowed to do to the point where I won't name him again, but I know one guy who's. Right, sorry, I'm getting it from both ends here. You know, I'm trying to do my best. I can't do it. There's no funding for certain things, and he's going to work on the trains. Yeah. It's more money and less stress.
And that's another person that give a shit about education that is not doing the job. And then someone who's maybe got fucking, bullied for being a dickhead all of his fucking life has then come on going, oh, well, I can bully kids now. And I can just go, oh, cool, I'm going to shove kids about and feel all fucking big.
Is he going to be a teacher at my kid's school? Is he going to be a teacher or a policeman, that man?
Traffic warden.
Not all of them, mind. Just saying.
Not all, man.
Not all of them.
But I'm with you. There's so much overhaul that needs to be doing, and the bottom line is fucking funding. And I don't do you know what I mean? Like for yourself, who's bright and whatnot, and you can take your kid out of school, and you've got the time and ability to do that sort of like.
You've not just gone, right, I'm taking you out of school and we're going to go see how many choggy bars we can nick from the co-op.
Life skills, to be fair. Survival skills, isn't it?
I mean, what you got to do, mate, don't get fucking caught.
It's all right for Bear Grylls, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, exactly.
He made a fucking living out of that.
Yeah.
Stealing shit and eating it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But it needs fucking.
It's the system that it is at the minute. That's why.
Yeah. I understand it's difficult though, because there isn't any one size fits all to that sort of thing, though, is there? Like, when you've got a school of 1,000 kids, one education system isn't gonna be great for all of them. But I suppose you can try and you can get a majority. I suppose.
I think
kind of understand
back to point one though, doesn't it? With the politicians again. We go back to them, and we've got people in suits who have all gone to the same soggy biscuit club who they're getting these jobs but they've not studied for that area. It's like, right, you can do this job, and they all get reshuffled, and they've not specialised in these things. The finance minister's never worked in a bank, and the transport minister's never worked on the roads, so when we've got someone in who's only been to posh boy school telling teachers this is what you need to do.
Eat the fucking rich, man. That's like, I know, like, it's a bit fucking cliche, but like private schools, you went to a private school function, didn't you? And it's like the cost for that education was fucking, it was like something like 30 grand a fucking year for one kid. For like, who's got that? And
it was,
if
honestly,
they've got the teachers that are
obviously everyone who's got their own business has got that, right?
Yeah, it's fucking mad, man.
That's honestly, I mean, I like to think I sort of like between me and the wife. I think mainly the wife. I think we're doing all right for ourselves. We're not coming to money, but we're doing all right. Yeah. Like, so we kind of get access to be able to go to these things and kind of mix in different circles and things like that. And I say I'll go invite to that, and it's a fucking another world, man. Like, it was insanity. Yeah. As far as I was concerned. But I mean, I had a great time, but like, it was just fucking wild.
Honestly, mate, I watched the Oscars the other week, and I thought to myself, I'd be terrified if I was in that room. Like, just Feels like they're from another planet, from another world.
See,
like you don't even know what the outside looks
honestly,
like.
I revel in that sort of shit though. Going to somewhere where, like my class, I suppose, and my we're working class.
Yeah.
Like,
See, this is the thing, Barney.
I love sitting in that and making it hard work for other people.
Yes.
And I'm just like, you might think I'm that. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not. But I'm also going to surprise you, and I don't give a fuck if I get pissed. I don't give a shit.
Bullet a charge.
I'm not a deliberate dickhead.
Yeah.
But I don't change myself, and I'm I don't care. I love the fact that I'm making a whole room of people go, what's he doing?
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never felt harder than being in that room. There was a fucking over 100 people there, and I could have smashed all of them.
And you haven't even blown a balloon up, have you?
No. I was like, all I could have done was like, and I like, you guys know me, like I'm placid, chill, like I wouldn't say Buddha goose. Like I felt like I could walk around there and be like, fucking dick, yeah. And they'd all be like,
here's my money,
the poor man lunged at me.
Oh, he smells.
Who let in that stray man?
Yeah.
Why does it smell like Lynx Africa?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be at the Oscars. I'll be just hanging around with Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
and he just rocked up in his joggers, didn't he?
Shorts and a basketball.
He seemed pretty chill. I was like, he's not. Yeah, he seems all right.
Yeah.
He's not.
Right, so that's all gone. Right, we're gonna have to speed this up because we're running out of time.
Yes,
but good vibes, mate.
Aeroplanes. At the minute, there's loads of them in town.
Fucking
love it.
Sick.
Nice.
You like a plane, don't you, mate?
Fucking love a plane, mate. Got them tattooed on me.
Wait. Aeroplanes? What?
They're all over the city at the minute with this training drill they're doing.
Cobra is on again.
This training drill. How dare you call yourself a man of the plains? Operation Cobra Warrior, that is.
What is it?
Trying to simplify things.
You merely adopted the planes.
Yeah.
I was born into them.
I said about that to Amy the other day.
I was a slave.
Because there's I'm not autistic at all. I just heard a plane and immediately I was sat in my living room, heard a plane and immediately loaded up my radar and went, it's a Saudi A130. Sweet. And Amy paused the thing and she was like, what do you mean? I was like, that sound, that humming you can hear. I was like, that's a Saudi plane.
That's the flavour of autism you got.
Yeah. I was fucking
literally what I do.
I love it.
And my doctor asked a load of questions when I went to be tested for ADHD.
Yeah.
And the one that he went and then went professional about was when I hear an aeroplane, I really struggle to not pull over to the side of the road and look what it is.
Oh, you got
If I can't see it, I need to look on the.
Usually I can't be asked to get up and go outside. Usually I nearly got up when I had a look, but it was dark and I was like, all I'm going to see is flashing lights. It's a waste of time. But I looked at it.
If it was daytime, you just see a black dot.
No, you wouldn't.
You're like, black dot is better than light.
It was a big one and it was low. You could tell by the sound, right? You could tell it was low.
With that.
It was low.
That has been an ongoing thing that I've ripped you for years.
Yeah.
Have you said, you can tell by the sound?
Do you know what my flavour of ADHD autism is? Just guessing the price of stuff.
Wow.
Nearly bob on every time. I could just do it. I was like, how'd you know? I was like, I don't know, just figure it out. That's probably around. You know how much I spent at the shop the other day? I went, 60 quid. She went, out, what? I was like, well, you probably went to this place and that place and you got that. And he's like, what? I would have done sick on the prices right.
Yeah.
We'll come past like bang on. I don't know what it is. I just can guess the price of things. I don't know what it is.
That's worse ones to have, isn't there, I suppose?
Mine's just excessive wanking.
Yeah.
I like porn.
I
think I could genuinely
name every porn star.
You know when they cut, like, you see the challenges that people do, and I'm like, I'm not even going to try it because they're just admitting it. But like, there's a guy on TikTok and it just flashes up pictures of porn stars and he's just like bang, 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 and he just goes through like literally.
Just name them.
Yeah, there's like a minute to get through them, and he gets through like 80 of them.
We're on different TikToks.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. I think I would actually.
That sounded like I want that. How do I get that TikTok?
Yeah, I want that TikTok.
All I've got is fucking planes.
Oh, boobs on planes. Boobs on. That's what they need. 2 great big tits on the bottom of every plane.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah, everyone
like floppy ones.
That's a weird Transformers film.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, planes. Cool.
I just imagined a lorry transforming into like a real fit bird. And just being like, Volvo, fucking hell, you got sexy. How you doing, baby?
Yeah, what make of car would be the sexiest to transform, do you think?
Ooh.
Not a Volvo. A Volvo's a big.
Transit Connect.
Transit.
Big old fucking weighty bitch. You know what I mean?
I suppose it depends what kind of gals you're into, innit? Or guys, obviously whatever tickles your pickle.
2025, we can't.
Yeah. I mean, it could be some people like I say, some people like a Volvo, big and sturdy. You know what I mean? Like
no dump truck. Though.
Yeah. Some people like a Mini, and then people go to prison. But you know what I mean? Different strokes, different folks.
Like a stagecoach, because you can get loads of people in the back.
Oh yeah.
I think a Porsche would be too high maintenance.
Yeah.
A what?
A Porsche.
Yeah.
Porsche. Anything,
that's your Instagram influencers.
Yeah.
That is, isn't it?
Anything
That's
sports cars got to have an OnlyFans.
That's the holiday. Like spends half the year in Dubai.
But Fiat Panda.
That is an old lady, my friend.
Football team loses, that's the one that gets beat up.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Fiat Panda is, if it's a human, it has got the little Burberry checkered shopping trolley with it.
Yeah,
going down the co-op.
Yeah. It's purely practical, is what that is now.
Yeah, it's purely practical.
Yeah, we could do a whole podcast on it. I'm already firing off. I'll stop.
That is a lady who, in a day, was what you would call a goer. But now, like I say, all this bit, everything here is all purely practical. That's all that is.
Where's here on a car?
Yeah, I don't know. Dashboard down, the middle bit.
It's like, how do you put trousers on a dog?
Dashboard to back seats. Yeah.
All right, last good vibe, and then we get to National Treasure.
It is TikTok, but dog and cat videos.
Yeah,
all for them.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, I mean, I see a dog anywhere, I'm going to stroke it. I don't care if it's vicious or not, and I don't care if I have permission, but I'm going to stroke it. But yeah,
it's the risk
that's my TikTok
I'm happy to take. Yeah.
You just make me think of that meme that said, "If not friend, why friend shaped?" This dog's like got a fucking muzzle on. It's like, rah, 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 I'm gonna fucking eat you, and then he's just
I love you,
puppy.
Cool. Right, the crescendo of the show.
Yeah.
National Treasure. What was it that you brought? Because we've got your...
It was a chair, you said last time.
That was the chair late.
We got it somewhere.
It was
on
a program.
Lego was one of them, wasn't it? It was British wrestling.
It was British wrestling.
Yes, we've still got the program.
And Lego. Because we've got the little Santa Lego.
Yeah.
I'm sure, what do we do with the program?
So that's like what's in your Utopian museum.
Yeah.
What you're adding to the exhibition.
So,
what is this?
There's one for everyone.
What's that?
So, Dutch snacks.
Yeah. Right, okay.
So, let me hand you.
I thought it was like your own endorsement. Dutch snacks, TM. Like,
obviously, sharp is away, so you got spare if you have it.
There's one here. But yeah, these you can.
What the fuck
them.
What is
this? They're mini pancakes.
Dutch pancakes bites, ready in second.
So microwave, powdered sugar, incredible. And
nice.
One more.
Are these just like little blobs of pancake?
Yeah.
Dave's looking
but
at
Dutch pancakes are something else. If you ever go to Amsterdam, pancake houses.
Are they stroop waffles?
Yes.
Because I am down to fuck with stroop waffles.
So,
I mean, have a look at them first.
Whether these are actually Dutch ones is up for debate because they're from Aldi.
Right. Jesus Christ, they're heavy, man.
But
they are.
Again, if you're a coffee drinker, you get
and
your
he's
coffee
got like caramel
over the top, and then they get warm. And
I've done that many times with the stroop waffle. Yeah.
So these Dutch pancake bites, for those listening on the audio, Hayden has handed us a yellow Chocomel can. I've heard rumours of this.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I can't remember if I've had one or not.
And it's also a pack of Dutch pancake bites.
And stroop waffles.
But the Dutch snacks is not just limited to these. There's hundreds. And if you've ever been to Amsterdam and you've been on the good stuff, no, unfortunately not. Oh. But if you've been on the good stuff, you find all the pancake houses and you can eat a pancake the size of your body. You can have the savoury ones with like salmon or bacon or full English breakfast in a pancake. Or you can have the sweet ones with the apple and cinnamon. Oh, incredible. Now I want to go get high and fly to Amsterdam.
So these the pancake bites, are they literally just pancakes then? But
just blobs of pancake.
Like the popcorn chicken of the pancakes.
Yeah, I mean, when they're done properly and they're fresh, they are something else. And whether that's just because you're in the moment, or if they are actually better than like standard pancakes.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm not going to have a strip waffle. I'm going to keep them and eat them shortly. I'm not going to have them on the show because I know that I fucking like them. I will have a
the
go.
Chocomel, we were brought up on this. It's come to England in the past few years.
Oh, hold on.
So you should shake it first, I should have said.
Oh, too late.
It's
not fizzy, is it?
It beats all the Nesquik and all the other ones that are out there.
So Dave's looking at me really like, have you got, like, what is it the worry that you're trying to be additive free?
I can't. Me and my fiance have a pact where we don't. I'm trying to be good for 3 weeks. I can't. I'll take this home tomorrow.
That's
Cheat days tomorrow.
You're mad that you can't try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Your face. I thought you were like, don't drink this. I've had this before.
No.
They do a special can where you can warm up as well, so it's like a hot chocolate.
That's sick. That is like just real good chocolate milkshake, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same, but same side of the world. I have a Norwegian friend who brings chocolate from that side of the planet, and they just do chocolate better.
Yeah.
It's way better.
I'll be honest, considering that's in a can, I was expecting worse.
I don't think the can's
I think
as
it's
nice as
ruined
the
by
carton.
the can.
Yeah, the carton's nicer.
I think I would prefer to put that in a glass.
Yeah.
Even if it was from the can, but it feels like it needs to be a carton drink.
Yeah, the carton I think tastes nicer. It doesn't taste so metallic.
Yeah,
but that was the one I saw.
Usually I'm a can man.
It's way thicker than I expected.
Canned water and
I was expecting
like a can of Coke as opposed to a bottle of Coke and stuff. But I think because it's the milk and the chocolate.
Yeah.
I still will guzzle it.
I think it's because it's canned. I was expecting it to be more just like watered down crap, but that is decent.
It's very good. Oh. And now it'll be on your phone, so you'll get the sponsored adverts, and they quite often do the buy one, we'll get you your money back, and it comes in within 10 minutes.
Really?
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Sponsored adverts on social media for Chocomel. I'll keep saying it so everyone gets it.
Chocomel. You got shares in Chocomel,
I wish I did.
I do think. Yeah, sorry.
That's banging that. I like that.
I do think, because you said about Dutch snacks, I think you're missing a trick there. That's your next thing after retirement. Dutch snacks.
I've planted the seed.
Company, and it's Dutch snacks with you on the front.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I said to my wife, I want to buy a food wagon. You know, they're the trendy thing at the minute, but I want to do Dutch pancakes.
Yeah.
Because no one does them. There's nowhere near here that does them. The closest place, Manchester. But I'm an idiot and I burn salad, so
yeah.
I've got to learn to make the pancakes.
But you can learn. You can learn to do stuff well.
I've got
just
the time.
homeschool yourself.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. That's all it is, isn't it?
I think it's a great idea. And again, if you've been to Amsterdam, the snack bars where you put the coin in or you hold your phone next to it and the little window opens.
Yeah.
I need to go, but you know a lot of
twice,
most white men, you worry about their safety going to Thailand, don't you? That they're never going to come back. They're just going to meet a ladyboy and that's that. For me, Amsterdam is the one that I want to go to, but I fear I will just go, I'm not coming home now.
I feel like that every time.
There's so much shag in there. There's lots of drugs there. There's clearly lots of fucking cake and shit.
Oh,
yeah.
And I'm not coming back.
Of course, there's good snacks.
I'm
They smell
dying
like
there.
weed, man.
I'm dying. You are.
Also
the
another
munchies
weird.
and gone, this sort of shit, man. We need to ramp up this snack production.
Another weird thing is you could just visit the Anne Frank Museum when you're stoned, which is a trip.
That's always fucking baffled me because you hear people like. Especially like my line of weather. I've been to Amsterdam. Like, I went for the week, or went for. What'd you get up to? Oh, well, I went to red light district. It's fucking mad there. There's all the tits and that. I went to the sex museum. Had a look at all the cocks, and then we see a peep show. And a sex show. It's fucking mad. There's fannies and everything. And then we just had a look see where Anne Frank died.
What? Stone?
What the fuck, man? That takes a turn, and everyone's just like, ah! Oh, sad little girl died in closet.
It is a juxtaposition.
Why on earth would you ruin a good holiday?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, saying that, like I remember Dad saying when he went to Poland, and he was like, "Yeah, I had a great time." Really good, like the bars and stuff. It was really cheap. It was great, like exploring. Everyone was so friendly and that and stuff. And like Auschwitz was good, but I mean, like should have done it at the end because it puts a real downer on your holiday. Like,
I suppose that's one thing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the point.
Like whether it's Auschwitz or Krakow or like Anne Frank or whatever, you could just go. yeah, I'm ready for home now. That's where you've had this mad fucking party fortnight.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it's time for me to go home.
It's a very natural come down.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. It might have been Dad, but someone was saying like they did it first. They did Auschwitz first when they went to Poland, and they were saying like I put a real downer on the week, and then like the rest of the week I was trying to get pissed and have a good time, but all I could think of was like this room full of hair and shoes.
Yeah,
like it was just real bad. Like
I think I'm all right. Like I've heard enough stories. You know, and people go, "Oh, you need to see it." No, I'm good. Like I've read about it, and I think that's enough for me. I'm all right.
I've always found it a little bit odd.
For me, it's just enough. I don't need to. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
I'm all right.
Anyway, what a way to end the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to tell everybody at home where they can find you?
So fightfactorywrestling.com has got all of the company's social medias and video on demand. We're doing some video on demand with Simon Cowell's Lounges. We're hoping to go live as well, so you can watch if you can't get to shows.
Oh, sick.
And then most of my social media is just Lincoln Dutch.
Sick.
Cool.
Any shows coming up? This is going out in a week, so what you got coming up after?
Boy, tell me. March 29th, April 5th. So March 29th in Gainsborough, April 5th in Lincoln.
Yeah, cool. I think this is out before then. Yeah,
it will be.
Yeah, cool. If you haven't watched or listened before and this is your first time here, please stick around, press the subscribe button and like the video. Send us a little comment as well if you enjoyed it and all that sort of shit. Subscribe to us, obviously. Follow us on Spotify. Review us on the podcast platforms and the social medias.
Yeah.
At Utopia Project Pod. Grab some merch off the website, tupcom. Join the Patreon, join the Discord and all that stuff. Thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having me.
No
Always
worries.
fun.
Yeah, I've been Junkie T. Thank you very much for coming along.
I've been Jack Magic. We'll see you on the flip side.
I was waiting for Sharpie.
Yeah.
He's not here. He's still on Sharpie's desk. There you go. I'm coming Sharpie, apparently as always. Fuck off, you cunts. That's what he usually says, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this has been the Utopia Project. Goodbye. Genuinely was waiting for him. I was like, something's not right.
Welcome to Utopia, please make yourself at home.
It's the only place on earth where you can bitch and moan.
There's something here for everyone to make you feel quite great.
Just as long as we've already let it through our gates.
This is our dreamland, this is Utopia, yet another little podcast for you.